Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, man. Um, of course, if you're on the internet, you check out all the sports shows. You know what I'm saying? If you get a chance, you like to listen in to different people's opinions and things like that. Chiming in, listening to ears open. This Gil's Arena. You know, how cooked is the Warriors dynasty? How cooked are the Warriors dynasty? Well, that question was asked. And on their panel, they said different things. You know what I mean? Rashad McCants said different things. Gilbert said the things that Gilbert was saying was things where you could clearly tell they don't watch the Warriors. So they don't watch the Warriors, so they don't know what's going on. They get little snippets and bite-sized pieces, but they don't really know what's going on. And it's very hard to keep up with sports talk and to talk about certain teams when you don't really follow that team. So you're not able to give an accurate assessment of actually what's going on. So me being a Warriors fan and I follow the Warriors closely, I want to say what I've been saying about Steve Kerr. The problem, I mean, and I'm not, I don't like to call for anyone's job, but he's done a poor job with recognizing how to change the tide and how to insert his loyalty to the seniors over the freshman talented kid, the kid that's a talented freshman. You gotta change that out. You gotta lessen the role for guys like Clay, guys like Draymond. You gotta insert these young guys, and you gotta actually be a motivator. And you know what I'm saying? I always say this about the coaching aspect is that it's so important to be able to motivate as well as install confidence. Excuse me, install confidence in these young guys. Moody and Kaminga, they've been ready. It's just about reps. It's about just being out there, allowing them, giving them rope, allowing them to be able to play and play through their mistakes and their errors. And I understand there's always, we got to capture this championship window. But we've completely lost the championship window. We've completely lost a playoff window up to this point by simply being overly conservative, by not inserting Kaminga and not inserting Moody and letting them get high minutes. Because by now, Klay Thompson should have been on the bench, coming off the bench, 6-man. Kind of like if you look at the way the Spurs did with Ginobili and those guys gracefully took positions in back seats. Ginobili, Parker, they kind of took a back seat as Kawhi kind of became the focal point of that team. And that's the way it has to happen. But, if you don't really pay attention, you might just say, oh, well, the Warriors, like Gilbert was saying, he like, oh, these guys got to step up. They got to take more shots. And, he has this mindset, man. When he speaks on basketball, you can clearly see that he speaks on basketball from his personal mindset only of how he thinks about just chucking up shots. But the Warriors have an offense. And until and this happens all the time, and until that offense is predicated or somehow the vocal point becomes you become some part of that vocal point where it's like they actually call plays and run plays for you, then you really technically can't just go out there, jacking up and hoisting up shots. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what Gil be talking about sometimes. Like a lot of times he makes foul errors on these podcasts, but in all fairness, that's just his take. But he doesn't really watch the Warriors. So for somebody who actually watches this team and to see how Kerr has, has not been able to actually understand where he should make these rotations at, and having these extended rotations and being confused as to who should be playing and who should not be playing. This your loyalty can be to your detriment. Your loyalty can be to your detriment to some extent. And that's kind of like what has happened right here. Because his loyalty to Draymond Green, and I've been an advocate of him for years, because I know what he does, that's the positive. But his negatives are outweighing his positives, and it's affected the team in so many ways. And then, of course, Klay Thompson, his demise. Klay's still a good player. But if he takes a lesser role, he'll be considered, he'll still look like a great player, if you understand what I'm saying. Kind of like, but when you kind of like thrusting into that number two scorer role behind Steph Curry, and then you're looking like trash, people gonna start calling you like you trash. But if he would just come off the bench and you was just, I mean, guys like Wiggins and like, I mean, that was another thing they was talking about Wiggins too. Wiggins hasn't stepped. Wiggins, they was like, Wiggins supposed to be in the prime. He supposed to take it. He supposed to just do it. But I've been watching Wiggins for years, man. Wiggins got one of the smoothest games. Wiggins got one of the smoothest games, but he misses 5-6 layups a game. Like, he hit you with the move and he missed the layup, or he hit you with the move. Next thing you know, he missed the jump shot. Wiggins is not it. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at this point in his career, Wiggins ain't it. That's it. It's all good. It's not a big deal. And when I say it's not a big deal, it's kind of a big deal maybe because of the money they paid him. I would say that. But other than that, it's not really a big deal, to be honest. It's just like he is what he is. He's kind of like he's a role player. He could be a good role player. But yeah, man, this thing is I don't know. People speak on the Warriors, like I said, and they're not really there. We all know that the Warriors, that these young players should be going. They should be inserted. I mean, you gotta take your chance with that. You gotta live with that, because you're dying the other way. It's a slow death the other way. With you know what I'm saying? With the veterans in, it's been slow and dreadful. So you might as well go with the young as everybody else. The whole league then got young. OKC, great young team. I mean, look out. I mean, what am I saying look out for? They're there. They've arrived. Minnesota Timberwolves have arrived. Everybody has arrived. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Pelicans have arrived. Everybody is here now to the party. So, I mean, what can I say, man? I've said enough. Let me know what y'all think, though, man. How cooked is the Warriors dynasty? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, is it over with or what? I mean, we still got Curry, and and when you got Curry, you still got a chance. But even with Clay and Draymond, those are still solid pieces. But how much do they play per? How many minutes do they play per game is the real question. And I don't know, man. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. What's up with the Warriors, man? How does it play? If you enjoy the content, make sure you like, subscribe. You know what I mean? Support the channel in any way. If you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the conversations, let's talk about it. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think as Warrior fans, or if you're not a Warrior fan from the outside looking. I mean, what are your perspectives? I mean, let's go, man. Let's keep chatting. Let's keep the energy going and keep the dialogue going. All right, man. This is the podcast.